Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of It's All Happening with me, your host, Madeline Hewitt. Thank you so much for joining me again for another episode. Today, we are going to have a lot more fun than we usually do. I am really trying to get in the habit of sharing a lot more of my fun side of my personality. The podcast has gotten a little heavy for my liking, so we're going to loosen it up. We're going to lighten it up a bit. If you follow me on the podcast on Instagram, I highly suggest that you do. If you don't, it's all happening.pod on IG. You will have seen a couple days ago, I posted a question on my story asking, what are your biggest dating app icks? Okay. The responses were hilarious, first and foremost. And I'm going to start posting a lot more of those like questions and polls on my IG story. So be sure to follow me on there. It's all happening.pod. So, as you all may know, unless it's your first time here, and if it is, welcome. I am moving to Chicago at the end of August. My day job is in Chicago, headquartered there. So they are flying me up once a month until I actually move. So for that reason, and also because I've been listening to other podcasts and like reading articles and stuff about like making friends as an adult in a new city. And so many people say that dating apps are a great way to make girlfriends because even if you go on a date and you don't necessarily like romantically or sexually like vibe with the guy, he may be like a cool guy that you would want to be friends with. So you're like, like it's just friend vibes, but let's hang out. And then you meet their girlfriends and then you have girlfriends. So I'm kind of going at it with that approach and also with the approach of like obviously dating. So I have ventured back into the world of dating apps. I did set my location on Hinge to Chicago because I am going to be up there next week. Actually, I will be in Chicago. So I have set my location to Chicago. Maybe I'll get a date set up for while I'm there. I would love to like have a date or two each time I go up there before I move because I don't know, it would be fun somewhere would they'd show me a new place to get a drink or like get dinner. But then also maybe I would make a friend before I get up there. That would be super sick. But having said that, I am back into the world of online dating and I have not been on a dating app in 3 years, maybe. I think 3 years is like a fair estimate. And all I have to say is not shit has changed and they still pretty much suck. But I do know people that have met their significant others on dating apps and they're great couples and they're both cool people. And so I know it's possible. And also, like, I'm on a dating app. So there are people like me on the dating app. My best friends are on dating apps and have used dating apps. So, like, there are cool people on dating apps. It's just a matter of finding them. And honestly, I am convinced that coming off as your natural, normal, or like cool self is virtually impossible through photos and these silly little prompts that they have you fill out. I don't know. I feel like I can't even barely get my personality to come across properly on the dating app. I'm just like, can you just talk to me? Can we just like have a conversation? Because this is so not my vibe. But the beauty of dating apps is that you do open yourself up to meeting a plethora of people that you probably otherwise would not come into contact with. So, like, we're going to start though. Before I get into reading some of the responses and telling y'all some of my biggest icks, I want to get y'all's opinion on my Hinge profile. Okay. So, I'm gonna read you what I have on my Hinge profile. And if you're on YouTube, I'm also gonna show you the pictures that I have on my profile. And in the comments, I want y'all to let me know, like, would you swipe for me? Would you want to have a conversation with me? Okay? Because I don't know. I think it's hard. Like, I think I'm a super cool person. I think that I'm very funny and like very witty and super personable, right? But I don't know. I struggle with getting that to come across in a dating app, especially with the silly little prompts that they have you fill out. So here we go. All right, my dating profile. All right, if you're on YouTube, I'm about to show it to you first. All right, and then I will read the prompts. Okay, so this is my starting photo. Okay, and then here's my other one. All right, so you get the vibe. They're all like cute little fun photos of me. All right. All right, so now I'm going to read you my prompts and my answers. This is definitely the hardest part of these little dating apps because I don't know. I just feel like just talk to me. I don't know. But okay, my greatest strength, I'm 5'10" and athletic. My gene pool is my greatest asset. I'm convinced that musical compatibility is the most underrated quality in a person. My love language is you cook, I clean. Okay, so I showed you my photos. They're all like little selfies of me. I have one with Louie and one with my friends. But like it's super obvious who I am. Like they're cute photos. Okay, and then I just read you my 3 prompts. I have that I'm 5'10", I have that I drink, and I have where I went to school and what city I'm from. That's all I have. So let me know in the comments if like what do you think of my Hinge profile? Because I am about to dissect other people's Hinge profiles, and I feel like I need to open the door for come and get me. Come and get me if you need to. Tear me down, build me up. Let me know. I want a good Hinge profile. I'm trying to meet some people in this new city. Okay. All right. So let's talk about dating app Icks. All right. The answers that I got from my story, from the question on my story, were hilarious. All right. So it seems like a lot of the icks, and I can speak to this personally as well, a lot of the icks have to do with the types of photos on the profile. Okay. Now, I'm going to speak for a female perspective. I didn't get a lot of male responses. So this is mostly from a female's perspective. So men, listen up, okay? These are our icks. All right. All right. When it comes to the photos, having a picture where they're holding a dead animal or fish they just hunted. We all know what we're talking about. The fishing photos where you've got like the deer head in your hand or you've got like the fish and you're holding it. It's like I'm not a guy. That doesn't do anything for me. I am not impressed with your fancy antlers and I don't care that the fish that you caught was this big. Literally doesn't matter to me. I don't find that cute. All right? When their main profile pic is a business or corporate headshot. Look, we're trying to date. We're trying to go out on a date. We're trying to have fun. I'm trying to like get picked up by you. I want a little sauce. I don't want to think about you at work. I don't want to think about you and your corporate attire and your 9 to 5. Like it doesn't make me think that you make any more money that you do. I promise. I hope that you have a job. All right. First and foremost, let's have a job when we're on the dating app. But like it doesn't do anything for me. And I agree. It does not make me want to be like, oh, let's rip his clothes off. I can't wait to go on a date with him. Look at him in that polo. Look at him in that button down. Look at that suit. Like, no, no. All it makes me think is he might have a stick up his ass and he might work till 8 o'clock every single night and never take me out on a date. And I don't really care how much money you make if you don't live a life with it. All right. When they respond to your photo or your prompt with one worded dry responses, no personality. All right. So the thing about the reply is that this is your chance to show your personality, right? So like I find it hard to find really like show my personality on my profile, either through my pictures or through the prompts. But when someone's got an answer that I feel like I can like give it right back to them or like say something witty or humorous, like give it to me. Like that is what's going to hook me more than anything else. Say something funny, say something witty, take a jab at me. I don't care. I just want to feel like there's some like, that's going to get me. Not like, hey, or you're beautiful or wow. Like, no, not doing anything for me. Okay. Men with selfies and men with influencer pics. All right, we have to talk about this, guys. We as female have a different reign over the world of photography, okay? You are a man. Please do not take a selfie like this on your Hinge profile. Please do not do it. You are not a lady. I love a man with an aesthetic. I love a man with a sense of style. I love a man that's well groomed and put together and all of those things 100%. But if your Instagram outshines mine in the sense of like, it's obvious that you're like trying to be an influencer or like taking like super aesthetic-y photos. If you're not actually an influencer, no, not cute. It's just like doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't do anything for me. I don't really like it's not a turn off for a man to be like super into social media because obviously I do this and I spend a lot of time on social media. So like I don't find that to be necessarily an ick, but doing the most on social media and it not having an end game and you like not be trying to like build a brand or whatever, like yeah, that's a bit of an ick. Okay. Gym pics and shirtless selfies. Guys, guys, we are nearly 30 years old. Okay. Like, I have been looking at online photos of men in the gym for I don't know how many years. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. I can tell when I look at the rest of your photos whether or not you work out. All right. I don't need a photo of you in a gym, like, in front of the mirror. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't think that it's cute. Okay. Also, like, if your profile is mainly about working out or like you in the gym, I don't know which I don't know. Some women really might disagree with me, but I really do not find overly buff and overly fit men super attractive. Like, I don't need you to have a rock hard 8 pack and like spend 4 hours in the gym every day and only eat chicken breast and broccoli and like take 15 supplements a day. And like, no, that sounds so unfun to me. I don't need that level of like health and working out and da 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 da. I want to like have fun with you. Okay. I want your profile to look fun. I want it to look like we can have a good time. I want it to look like you have multiple interests and like friends and you like to do things, that you're social, not that you spend all of your time inside the gym. And I like to work out. Look, that's something that we can do together, but it's not I don't want it to be your entire personality. Please don't let your Hinge profile make it seem like working out is your entire personality. We as ladies do not find that attractive. Oh my God. This one sent me. This sent me because this happened to me the other day. And every time I see this, I'm just like, I am icking so hard right now. When they post a photo with a child and they're like, not my kid in the caption. No fucking shit, Sherlock. Like, I think I can deduct that from the rest of your profile, especially when you have no children in your bio. And like, just don't post the photo with your nephew or your little brother. Like, you're on a dating app. Like, don't even let me for a second start to think that you're a dad. Okay. No. Nothing against DILFs, like whatever, like do your thing. Like nothing against you if you have a kid and you're on a dating app. But if you don't have a kid, don't post a picture with a kid. Like, just don't do it. You don't have any other photos on your lineup that you have to put not my kid. Like, no, just don't even do it. Blurring out people's faces or putting emojis over other people's faces when you post like group photos on your profile. Guys, like just let the photo ride. Just let it ride. Maybe don't make the group photo your first photo. Definitely do not have all group photos on your profile. I literally can't tell who you are. You have to be so attractive for me to sit there and try to like deduce from the 4 or 5 photos, like which one's the same person in all of them. You have to be really attractive for me to spend that amount of time on your profile. Please do not have all group photos on your profile. It's unnecessary. And do not blur people's faces out and do not put emojis over people's faces. Let the photo ride. Just let it ride. And honestly, sometimes it makes me think that the other people in the photo might be arguably more attractive than you and you just don't want me to see them instead, because there have been times before where I've been on a dating app and I've realized like who the profile person was in the group photos, and I have really contemplated like messaging them and being like, what's your friend's name, because like he's the hot one. So maybe that is why people put emojis and like blur out people's faces. I don't know. All right, we got to talk about these voice memos. All right. I think that this was the worst edition in the history of Hinge. The level of cringe that I feel when I listen to 99.999% of voice memos, it makes me like physically uncomfortable. Unless you are saying something incredibly witty or like genuinely unarguably funny, do not post a voice memo. All right, just don't do it. All right. So this has to do, okay, don't come for me. All right. I'm reading someone's response to my question. Okay. Conservative and Christian. Okay, this one made me crack up because yeah, if I see conservative and Christian, I'm swiping. Like that sounds really not fun to me. That's not to say that you can't be conservative and Christian and be fun, but like that sounds like the opposite of a good time to me. So on a dating app, if I see conservative and Christian, I agree with this person. I'm saying no. Also, same thing goes for when they can say like drink, smoke, or do drugs. Like, if you put no, 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 I'm gonna think you're a dud. Sorry. And I don't even drink right now. Like, my profile still says yes to alcohol. And that's not to say that, like, if you don't drink and you don't do and you like don't smoke and like you don't do drugs, whatever, like nothing wrong with putting no, no, no. But I'm just saying, from my point of view, if I see no, 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 I kind of think no, no, no fun, which is crazy coming from me because I'm literally sober right now. But I've drank and smoked and dabbled for my whole 20s. So one, like I'm still super comfortable and fun in that environment. And I want someone that like I can't imagine being with someone that has never drank and never smoked and possibly never dabbled. Like I personally can't imagine dating someone like that. I just feel like we would not mesh. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it does pay off. Like if you are 100%, I do not drink, I do not smoke, I do not dabble, and like I'm not comfortable being around it, then like maybe say no. But if you don't drink, but you're still super comfortable around it and you still like to go out and do and like have like be in that environment, then like maybe say sometimes. Because it just sounds it sounds a little stick up your ass. I don't know. That's just personal opinion, maybe. All right, last one. And I think that this is a good one because I think that this is so funny whenever I see this on a profile. When a guy has multiple photos with girls on his Hinge profile, or even worse, this one, when they've cropped out the X in photos and still posted the picture. Like, my guy, we're on a dating app. I'm looking to like potentially see you as a suitor, potentially take me out on a date, maybe have a feeling or two for you. I don't want to see 5 photos with one girl or 5 different girls. I definitely don't want to see a picture of a cropped photo of you and your ex. You have no other photos. None. Not a single one. Maybe you should ask a friend to come over and go do a little photo shoot in the backyard, because I don't want to see photos with all of these different girls. If you're posting all of those photos to try and make it seem like you can get all of these pretty girls, I can guarantee you no girl has ever looked at a guy's Hinge profile with photos of females and been like, oh, wow, he could really pull. Guess I got to hop on that. Never happen. Never gonna happen. Can guarantee you it does not happen. All right. These were so funny to me because there is so often that I am scrolling on Hinge. And like, while I do see the benefit, every time I get on Hinge, I am reminded of why I delete Hinge. And so it's just funny when you ask a question like that and people have the same icks over and over and over again. And yet, so many people are doing these icky things over and over and over again. And like I said, I think that it is really difficult to actually be cute and funny and witty on a dating app. I think that like 9 times out of 10, I'm probably scrolling past some really cool people that are actually probably very funny, very witty, and a very good time, but your profile just doesn't hit for me. And if you're doing any of these major icks, like maybe rethink them. I don't know. Maybe take a second guess on what your profile is saying and how you're coming across. I don't know. But I did let y'all see my Hinge profile, so if I need to get shredded for my profile, please let me know in the comments. I'm trying to show up best foot forward on the dating scene in Chicago. So let me know, okay? Thank you, everyone that replied to my question on my story on IG. I will be posting more. I will be interacting more that way. I love to hear y'all's opinions. Y'all know I love to see you in my comments and in my DMs. So please be sure to hit me up. Again, that is it's all happening.pod on IG. Thank you so much for joining me again today on It's All Happening. As always, however you're consuming this content, please be sure to like, follow, share, rate, comment, subscribe, do all of the things so I can keep coming to you every single day. And I will see you back tomorrow.